The opinions expressed in the following program are that of the host and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions of CWC Entertainment Group, LLC, its affiliates, or any employee thereof.
Yeah. I want to. Welcome to the Vincent radio show. They do it big, y'all. Great music, laughs, and so much more. Hey, you can hear y'all.
Syndicated and award-winning and syndicated. This is the VTRS Vincent Radio Show. It's my man Vincent Heartbreak Tucker.
Hi, yes, it is. It's me, Myskenna, his co-host. And I get the privilege of sitting in the studio with these two handsome young men. It's your girl, Myskenna.
Flattery will get you everywhere, King. What up? What's up, young man, Remon?
And I can only say this because I am a dramatic person myself, but damn, Keena, that was dramatic much.
You know what, Vincent? I had to admit something to you. I said, oh, man. You know, last night I caught myself. I was out and about, and I got annoyed with my own goat laugh. I was like, am I really admitting this to myself? For whatever reason, last night it was like extra high pitch and just last night. I was like, what is going on?
Well, I was going to ask for a demonstration, but it doesn't normally sound like that. That sounded directly like a goat. It doesn't normally sound like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I actually caught myself, and I was like, man, I don't know if I actually want to admit this to Vincent, but oh well, I guess it's too late.
Oh, my gosh. Fix it, Jesus. How have you been?
Wonderful. Like, it's crazy how, like, sometimes, you know, we miss the small things in life and had a great, I don't know, I just have been able to do some things that I hadn't done all year. I went to a Mavericks game, went to see Corey Holcomb. The small things in life I've missed out on. Been grinding so hard. You know, sometimes you grind hard, you forget to play. I got to play a little bit, so I'm okay.
Ramon?
Well, I've been grinding hard, so I ain't had much time to play. I was shooting a Halloween bash with DJ Spinderella and the whole crew. Kid Capri was out there. And I also had to edit a music video in Spanish.
How was it?
Difficult.
You didn't know what you was editing?
Yeah, I didn't know what the hell they was talking about. I'm like, how do I match this up with the video? But I pulled it off. I was like, man, I need to call in one of my senoritas. Help the boy out.
That was the main reason why he took the job.
Right.
Yeah. Trying to get in good, man.
Remon loves the senoritas.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you don't discriminate though, right?
I don't discriminate at all. Well, hold up. I can't say I've never been with a white girl.
Habla español?
See.
Oh.
You
said oh like it was oh.
Muy poquito.
That was so basic, Keena. It's like that one time in
right.
Spanish 1, they got me to say yo tango, el gato, and mi pantalones.
Remon said that's all he needs to know.
Yeah, I didn't know that's what that meant.
Right.
The whole class started laughing.
Right. Sometimes that's all you need to know is the basics. Ain't that right,
That's
Remon?
it. That's it.
Charity E has joined us. How you been?
I've been all right. I've been making it.
Been making
I'm
it.
gonna say I'm blessed.
Hey.
I'm gonna say that.
Beautiful thing.
Out here making life decisions, one day at a time.
Hey.
Speaking of life decisions, I want to point out before we go any further that sometimes your favorite heroes don't have capes. I want to shout out to the Twitter employee that on his last day decided to emancipate us from the incessant noise found on @RealDonaldTrump's Twitter handle. For 11 minutes, Donald Trump's Twitter account was turned off, and his base was going crazy on Twitter. They couldn't believe it. Their leader was not on Twitter for 11 minutes. So Twitter did an investigation, and they found out. They came back and said, hey, we had a guy, it was his last day, and he decided to try to be a hero and turn off Donald Trump's account.
Applaud that
How did
man.
he get it back? Like with all of his followers and stuff.
I don't
I
know.
thought once it's gone, like it's gone.
You can deactivate it.
Yes, never
but
gone.
Everything's still there.
It's just like
people be like, oh, my Twitter page got hacked. Like when that happens.
I mean, that don't mean your account's gone. All your stuff's still there.
Yeah, that's generally a lie.
You just ain't got
Yeah, they done said something that they shouldn't have said.
So shout out to that employee, because not all your heroes wear capes. Thank you for freeing us so that Donald Trump guy. Marlon Wayans is making a second appearance on the VTRS this week. Keep it locked. Stay tuned for that. Syndicated and award-winning. This is the VTRS. New Migos, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Motorsport. Woo.
Yeah. Why you always lying? You wasting all my God time. Stop lying. Always lying to me. You lying so much. I know it's not making it hard for me. Just keep on lying. Damn.
Do you think about me?
Hey, it's Charity E. I know y'all miss me. This week in Somebody Line, I want to talk about men dressing up. And when I say dressing up, I don't mean like wearing formal clothes. I'm talking about these men out here on, Instagram or, their everyday life that are just dressing up in women's clothing. So I recently read a story about a man who wanted to dress up for Halloween costume and be Xena, the Warrior Princess. Did y'all see that by chance?
A man dressed up as Xena, the Warrior Princess?
Yeah. His wife posted it on her page and was like, yeah, my bae wanted to dress up like Xena. When I first saw it, I was like, this is strange that she's so excited about this.
Yeah, I got questions about that.
And then...
Did he look good?
That's the thing. His makeup was so good. And she was like, yeah, he watches me every morning. That's how he know how to do his makeup. But the thing is...
Watching close.
I am a woman, okay? And I don't put on makeup as well as he did. Like, you don't learn how to blend eyeshadow just from watching people. Because I see the people at MAC and I still get pissed off that I don't know what they're doing.
Right.
So how is he going to say, yeah, I just watch my woman every morning? So.
Maybe he's practiced.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking the guys that are dressing up and saying, this is costume, this is for comedy, I think that they enjoy dressing up in drag. And this gives them an excuse to do it.
Was he white?
No, black.
Okay,
most of these people are black. You know the guys that have Instagram famous and they're dressing up with wigs and acting like women?
Right.
They're not doing it just for comedy. I think they're doing it for an outlet to, speak about their own life. They just don't know how to come out.
It's the new norm.
I mean, but is this your way of telling us that you don't know how to do makeup? Because you say he did it better than you?
Oh. I mean, I do okay. But
you do okay.
I subscribe to a few YouTube channels.
Charity sounds jealous.
It does sound like it does sound like she's like, no, he did not do it better than
Okay,
me.
Yelly, you tell me this. Would you ever dress up as a woman? Would you put on a dress? Would you put on...
I've done it.
Panties and all?
First of all of you are judging me, and all of you, go to hell. No, I'm just kidding.
Did you put on pantyhose?
I did. I don't remember.
Without any lines in them?
No.
Without ruining them?
I did it as it was a charity thing for my church. It was called a womanless wedding. And so a bunch of the guys dressed up in a wedding and we raised money for the church and stuff like that.
That seems a little bit different.
For the church,
yeah,
huh?
I didn't go buy an outfit for myself.
Right. You didn't go get some new red bottoms.
I didn't go
No,
I didn't go find a Xena Warrior Princess outfit.
So the church had a bunch of men dressed up as women.
Yeah.
What church was this?
A Catholic church in Port Arthur, Texas, Sacred Heart Catholic Church.
Said the church.
You weren't supposed to name.
I am not ashamed of what we did. We raised a lot of good money.
You sure did. And that was the last time you went. No.
Did they ask God's approval on this before they said that?
Well, I'm glad you dressed up like a woman and felt comfortable. But I feel uncomfortable watching these men do it because I think that they like to dress up in drag.
Keenan, you stop looking at me. You don't have no more questions.
I thought Charity said I felt uncomfortable knowing you put on a dress.
Were these crystal heels that you wore? Or did you actually go shoe shopping?
I cannot wear crystal heels.
Right.
Well, the clear heels are now in style, actually.
Heels.
Those are not just for strippers.
And we know you know about them.
No, they're not. But anyways, hey, y'all, that's this week in Somebody Line. Hey, men, stop dressing up like women and saying it's for comedy.
You got a pair of clear heels?
Yeah, she does.
Hey, Vincent, cut this.
Are you also talking to Martin Lawrence?
VTRS.
You're listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver, but you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta and you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. DJ Khaled, and this is iHeartRadio. Just type in the artists you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you with their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music, all in one app. iHeartRadio.
Syndicated and award-winning, and syndicated. This is the VTRS Vincent Radio Show. Vincent, Heartbreak, Tucker, Myskenna, Yellostar, Remon, and Charity E in this thing. So, I was inspired by SQ, our mix show DJ, recently. So, there's a situation where this woman I've interacted with before.
Is that the right word?
Yeah.
You fumbled. Okay.
She
interacted.
She took a gig, a job out of town. She was gone for a couple months. She come back. She's been wanting to hang out. I've just been busy, and then she was like, "This is the third time I've asked you out. I'm not gonna ask you anymore."
Oh, I wouldn't either.
And I was like, well, technically it's only been the second, but whatever. So, and then of course it became a fight about that, because like, oh, Vincent, you got to be so matter of fact, and I'm just like, well, don't make false charges if you ain't got the proof to back it. So anyway,
it ain't just us.
Right. Did she realize she's going to be dealing with this for the rest of y'all's relationship?
Let's relax.
The rest of the relationship is
for
correct.
the rest of their interaction.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, interaction.
Let's hold off on the. So, I was scrolling my feed. I saw SQ post this meme that I just jacked from him, and I'm sorry I didn't tag you when I jacked it. But it was a great question, and I've gotten a lot of feedback online, so I wanted to ask y'all here in the studio. If a woman takes a man out, is he supposed to give it up at the end of the night?
Yes.
No questions asked?
I mean,
no questions asked.
It's required.
Was he not going to in the first place?
I mean, I don't know. Like, a lot of us men have been commenting on this thread saying, hey, we want to be respected as men. If we don't feel like giving it out, we shouldn't be forced to because you pay for dinner.
I am not a piece of
Right.
meat. What more do you want from me?
Right.
We're not a piece of meat.
Yeah.
We want to be respected.
You're just the dessert at that point.
Oh my God. I was surprised. It's a post I posted. It's been shared like 258 times so far. And I was just surprised about the number of women that were like, hell yeah, he need to give it up.
Because they're not used to spending their money on a date.
That's the thing. Why would a woman pay for a date? The only time I pay for a date is when I want to cut them off and I don't want any strings attached. So they can't say, I did this for you.
Do
Right.
that, huh?
Safe dates.
Yeah.
Get paid for.
Safe, you said safe dates?
Get paid for it.
So if it's unsafe, you don't pay for it?
Well, no, because in that way I don't have to feel obligated.
Exactly.
So you do feel obligated if...
No, but they're expecting it because they feel like they did something for you.
Sometimes I do
Well, not
because
for
when
Not for charity, but...
if I go out, I mean, it ain't gonna be just no average date probably. So it might be some obligation there.
Okay, well, I guess he should give it up. I didn't think.
I mean, would you give it up?
I thought this was 2017. I thought, we
Yellowstar
didn't
would be
live
like
that. But
Yellowstar would be like, yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, yes, no.
One of my homegirls said it depends on the amount of the dinner. So I was trying to think of that restaurant in the Galleria with the surf and turf. I can't think of the name of it.
The Oceanaire.
So I just said, what about the restaurant with the surf and turf? And she said, how much is it? I said, I think I heard it's like $60. She was like, well,
No,
there's gonna be some surfing and turfing afterwards.
surfboard.
I still don't see women just paying for first, second, third dates. This got to be a real relationship.
And
to be paying for a surf and turf.
Hello.
I ain't spending $150 on nobody. If I don't know you like that.
I may not want the deep. That may not be my agenda at the end of the night. My agenda may be something else.
In this scenario,
okay.
the woman wants the D. So is the man required?
That's
to give it up?
tricking.
Yeah.
How's that tricky? Whoa, don't.
Yeah.
See the double standard?
You know what?
That's the thing. I've been waiting for this to come out.
Keep it locked. Marlon Wayans is on the VTRS later on. Up next is the good, the bad, the ugly. We get out of this. VTRS.
It's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly.
All right. Shout outs to Jay-Z once again being honored.
Oh.
He's going to be honored with the Grammy Salute to Industry Icons Award. It will be presented by Clive Davis. This is actually a pre-Grammy award that they do every year, and they are so absolutely thrilled and delighted to honor Jay-Z with this Grammy Salute. You know, obviously for all of his accomplishments. The honor is also to highlight the 444 album. We know he's on tour for that, so shout outs to Jay-Z. being honored yet again.
The bad.
Poor Tamar. Evelyn Braxton says that she's fearing for her daughter's life as her and Vince have filed for divorce. It was crazy because they was just on some other shows talking about how she was going to stop her music career to focus on her marriage, and now they're getting a divorce. But they say that Vince is abusive to her, and Evelyn Braxton says that she just wants him to stop putting his hands on her, and she fears for her daughter's life.
Didn't he bite her at one point?
On the finger, yeah. Like last year, that's when she called the police on him. So that's when everybody thought they were over. And then they, recanted that story. She said it was just something they was going through. And now she's apparently, she's been very quiet about it, but everybody else is speaking out on it.
I can't take them serious because it feels like, just in my 3.5 years of being entertainment editor at Dallas Black, I feel like all their drama happens when an album or the reality show's about to come back.
Yeah.
Is the reality show about to come back? I feel like it is.
I thought it was over.
I thought they
I felt
feel
like
like
I
that's a new season of Tamar
heard
and
like
Vince.
there was a trailer.
I'm pretty sure this new season.
Actually, there was a trailer that was
for the new
released right
season.
after this
Yeah.
situation.
Right.
Yeah.
So you feel like they're doing the whole T.I. Tiny thing?
Right. But I'm cynical, so I don't know,
It's all about the dollar. It's all
I ain't
about
mad at
the
it.
paper,
Get the
you know.
paper.
Get your hustle on.
I don't understand why they like to have that roller coaster though, but some people like that.
Her personality, I can't see her getting abused with her personality. I mean, let me rephrase this.
You see them fighting?
I mean, she's too quick with the mouth.
Yeah, she has a big mouth.
So I can't see her just taking abuse like that.
Right.
Just the way you said that.
She got a big mouth.
I wasn't trying to go with her. I think he was trying to go. What's the name? What's the ugly?
That was not as bad as he said.
That's exactly how he said it.
That is not how I said it.
And the ugly.
And wrapping up today's Good, the Bad, the Ugly, I just had to address this one. Poor Tyrese. We're going to take his phone away, and so is LA. Yeah. Because they said that they are no longer investigating him for child abuse. And I think they just want him to just chill out at this point. Just like, you know what? We can't take these shenanigans anymore. But my thing is, with him, I cannot stand a dramatic, sensitive...
Well, Keena, if you paying $13,000 a month, you can be dramatic. I think it's okay.
No, because you knew what you signed up for.
Yeah, I mean, when you got a Benihana's in your backyard and the Starbucks...
That don't mean a child does not need $13,000.
You got a replica of a transformer in your house. Like, it's kind of like, okay, you can afford to pay $13,000.
But the child does not need that money.
Yeah, sure she does. She's got college and
he can pay for it when it's time for that.
They usually have something set up separately than child support for that.
That's the lifestyle that she would be living if they were still together.
Y'all really think that baby getting $13,000?
Exactly.
That baby getting $13,000.
That baby is getting clothes from Justice, not even Gucci.
So the mama has to take care of the baby. So I mean, so technically the money is going towards the baby
through her.
Yeah.
He taking care of her lifestyle.
That's the joys of being a baby mama.
It sounds like you want $13,000.
Do you see how the baby mama is rationalizing this entire conversation?
I just want $1.
Kid, like, I ain't getting nothing. I take $13,000 a month.
I'll take you can take all 3 of them zeros. I'll take 13.
That's it. I'll take it with pride, but that's it, y'all. It's your girl, Myskenna, wrapping up today's Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
You are listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver, but you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta and you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. DJ Khaled, and this is iHeartRadio. Just type in the artist you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you with their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music, all in one app. iHeartRadio.
What up, people? It's that young man, Remon. Now, today's reality check goes out to everyone thinking that everyone has their best interests at heart. There are some people in this world who are under the impression that everyone they call a friend is looking out for them. There are some people who think that just because they know that person's real first and last name, because you know how black people have a bunch of nicknames and everything like that. You think because I know your government name that we actually real friends, right? They think that everyone who speaks nicely to them is doing it to be helpful or to be motivating. There are people who will tell you anything just to get close to you. They tell you exactly what you want to hear just to build you up so they can kick the chair out from under you later on. There are those people who will conceal their intentions in their friendly behavior, trying to get close to you just so they can get close to you and use you, right? Take advantage of you. There are wolves who are out here in sheep's clothing. Not everyone that you call a friend is actually your friend. Not everyone that you call bro or sis or fam is actually your bro or sis or fam. Always examine your relationships with people, because your enemy won't come in the form of an enemy. Some of your enemies will come in the form of a friend or a family member. That's today's reality check. You can take that to the bank.
Father God, Father God. Ain't nobody got time for that. So check this out.
Are you stupid? This week in Stupid.
A judge orders a Hawaii man to write 144 compliments about his girlfriend. Darren Young violated his protection order, contacting his ex-girlfriend 144 times in about 3 hours.
He's obsessed.
Yeah. And this was after he already had the protection order against him. So Judge Rhonda Liu ordered the 30-year-old Darren Young. She said, for every nasty thing you said about her, you're going to say a nice thing. And then she also told him that he couldn't repeat words, which is pretty smart. He was ordered to stop contacting her in February, but months later he texted her 144 times. So on top of him having to write 144 nice things about her, he also spent 157 days in jail.
Man, so he had a lot of time to think about what he was
he was going to write.
Yeah.
I bet you he struggled coming up with 144 nice things.
Yeah, I think he got like to around 30 and was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
I would just get the dictionary at that point and find different words for it.
You mean a thesaurus?
No. Be a dictionary.
Okay, dictionary works too. I mean,
I think you need the source.
Yeah.
If you try to say something nice,
that would be saying the same nice thing.
No, because the
If a thesaurus is going to give you different.
The judge said you can't repeat words.
Right. So then you find something similar, like you're nice, then you're sweet, or like you
You're
find
kind.
Right, those are different words for the same meaning.
Right.
I was talking
What
about
then-
just different things, like that he might not know.
just
if that makes
new
sense.
words total.
Yeah.
Like new words to him. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I like that some of y'all agreed in here that a thesaurus
I'm
makes sense.
just going to plead the fifth because I think that the source. Yeah, the source.
I like that most of us can't even say thesaurus.
Right?
But y'all want to argue with me.
I said thesaurus. Anyway, that's This Week in Stupid.
What, the fact that we can't say thesaurus?
That is it. That
Keep it
is it.
locked. He say, she say, and Marlon Wayans on the VTRS.
You are listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver, but you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta and you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. DJ Khaled, and this is iHeartRadio. Just type in the artist you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you with their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music, all in one app. iHeartRadio.
You are continuing to stay locked and loaded to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. It is time for He Say, She Say. Fellas, have y'all ever dated a woman that shared too much? Whether it was via Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or whether she talked to her homegirls too much about what's going on in your relationship.
Yes.
Or maybe her parents knew everything that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle that?
Cut off.
Oh.
I mean, it's either the back or the front hand.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was like, isn't this? Oh, that was last month. Domestic violence.
Domestic violence. Where this month?
Yeah.
No.
Some clarity on that, please. Like,
I
that
mean-
could have went several places.
I mean, people who know me know I really don't tell a lot of people my business like that.
Right.
Like, I'll tell some people some stuff, but like for the most part, like you should keep all that stuff in house, I think. So you should already know that. Like, the person should already know that about me anyway.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, like, if they didn't know you before y'all actually started dating, like, and y'all are still kind of getting to know each other, they probably wouldn't know that. So, I mean, with me, it's just like, I think that's something that you kind of have to make clear as y'all getting to know each other. Like, look, that's just not my get down. Like, I don't be putting everybody in my business like that. So, if that's what you do, sorry, this ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
Yeah, you gotta address the behavior off top.
I mean, and one of the things that I like to do, and judge me for this if you want to, but I look at how you, like, I look at your social media to see exactly how much stuff you've been sharing in the past. And if I see that you've been very open about your personal life and your private life on social media, then I just stay away from it.
So you would basically have a conversation with her.
Off top.
Yeah.
probably my first response is going to be, why are you telling everybody our business?
Right.
Anyone I'm in a situation with, I let them know off top. If you tell our business social media, this is so over. You do not let outsiders into what we got going on.
So what do you mean by that? So no one can tag you in a relationship with Vincent Tucker?
I don't care about that.
Oh. Okay. I was trying to
But I'm saying, like, you can't be all on Facebook, blah, 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 something happened. No. We're not letting insiders in on what we got popping like that.
Gotcha. So no talking about, oh, that threesome was good last night.
Oh, wow.
Like,
that would be really aggressive.
Yeah, that's too much.
Never had a threesome.
Way too much.
I've never had a
That's
threesome.
too much.
Or,
one day.
he took me out and we did all this, and this. We went shopping.
See, I think people do stuff like that just for social
I have
media.
a good man. He took me shopping.
I
we
don't
went
think
to
they
the
need to do all that.
movies. We went to the Mavericks game. That stuff is too much.
I think it's too much.
I'll give you an example. Like, there was this young lady that I was dealing with at one point, and she was on Facebook, and she had a post where she was talking about, like, I'm so into this dude or whatever, but I don't know if he's feeling me like that or whatever. So all her, like, you look at her comment section and you see all of these girls in her comment section talking about, if he don't appreciate you, then he ain't nothing, this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, I'm reading this stuff. I'm like, why are you putting that on Facebook in the first place?
Right, and you're only giving your side of the story.
Right. Like, I don't have, like, and if I comment on this, then, like, I'm not feeding into that energy, like, at all. So it's just kind of like, I didn't appreciate how she put that on Facebook. Like that's between you and me. Whatever our relationship is between you and me. That ain't got nothing to do with them. Then you opening up the door for people who are on the outside of this relationship to have a say-so in our relationship.
Because 9 out of 10, you're not telling the whole story. You're telling the part that make you sound good.
So if a chick puts out there and asks a question and then says asking for a friend,
it's never for a friend.
It's never for a friend.
Yeah, so we not fooled when you do this. On he say, she say, I'm asking for a friend.
Right.
We're not fooled.
Me and my girls had a conversation last night.
No, seriously.
I think sometimes.
I mean, majority of the time.
No, not majority.
Yes, majority. Like 90% of he say, she say comes from other people.
I'll give you that. I'll give her that.
Your interactions
How
with
you
other
gonna give
people.
her that? You won't be there?
90%, I give her that.
Yeah, 90%.
You can normally tell when it's about Keena.
Wait a minute. We're not going to disclose how you can tell. But yes.
But if you keep listening to the show, you'll figure it out.
Available on iHeartRadio.
Okay, so this is at the point where he say, she say is now over. We want to hear from you. Hit us up online, VTRSonline.com, and let us know. How do you handle being in a relationship with somebody that posts or puts your business out there too much?
Loose lips sink ships.
Ooh.
Comedian, actor, producer, director, Marlon Wayans making second appearance on the VTRS. Keep it locked. Syndicated and award-winning, this is the VTRS, the Vince Tucker Radio Show. It's your main man, Vincent Heartbreak Tucker. And as we continue to be your new home for Black Star Power, we keep the momentum going as Marlon Wayans makes his second appearance on the VTRS. If you don't know, Marlon Wayans stars in the new comedy on NBC called Marlon, which is about an immature but loving dad learning to co-parent with his wife, played by actress Essence Atkins. Picked up for a second season, you can currently watch the first season on demand right now on Hulu or NBC.com.
What's up, people?
I'm Marlon. I woke up this morning and I thought to myself, why am I the only one up this early? So I decided to drive over my ex-wife Ashley's house to invite her and the kids to join me.
So Marlon, in your own words, break down the series for us. What is Marlon about?
The show is basically, it's a slice of my life. It's how do you parent your children, even though you're not together, but even though you're divorced, you're still family. A lot of couples break up and their family breaks up. Actually, I find that in this situation, our family actually gets closer together being apart. And I know that's weird, but it's just a different kind of family. When did y'all switch to natural toothpaste? This tastes like bad breath.
Marlon, what are you doing here? Dad slept over. This divorce is new for all of us, and I don't want to send the kids the wrong message.
I slept with my clothes on top of Batman sheets. Now, if I slept in no clothes on top of you, that may be sending the wrong message.
So would you say that Marlon is changing the perception of family and love as it's shown on TV?
Families have changed. I think over the years, it used to be in this box. Love was in a box. And nowadays, love really doesn't have a shape. And we knock down the walls of what love is. And at the end of the day, the love that we have and the love that we share is unconditional and accepting. And I think that's what makes the show special and warm and fun, because it's still love. Might not be the right kind of love. There's no wrong or right way to love. It's just love. And, it's acceptance.
Was that your goal when you and the writer sat down and created Marlon?
I wanted to extract my life. I wanted to take and do something that was not on television, which is something that it's not black or white. It's gray. My life and love, it's gray. And there is no perfection. Everybody's so worried about putting up this image of being the perfect dad. I want to be the imperfectly perfect dad.
Daddy's goes to school.
You're being bullied? You just gotta act a little ghetto. They come at you, you gotta be like, oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! This is what I wanted you to do! Bitches, you don't know me, my mama don't know me, and I came out here!
Your character, Marlon Wayans, is a social media / internet star. What inspired this job selection for the character?
Social media is a well of comedy that has not been explored or touched in television. And so I wanted to do something new and different. I wanted to bring that thing. Parents, we sit there, we watch our kids on their phone all day long. I wanted to do a show where the parents can actually see why their kids are on their phones so much. I wanted the parents to be educated about social media. And I wanted parents, follow your children. Follow their accounts. It's a great way to spy on them. You don't have to say you're spying. You just look and be like, oh, that's what they're getting into. Where's my son? Oh, he said he was studying. He's not studying. I'm on Snapchat. He's playing video games with his boys. That's not studying. It's a great way to spy. Parents, social media, follow your child. How much will it cost for you to upgrade your NBA team on Xbox?
$20.
It's right here in this dumpster. All you gotta do is collect enough bottles and cans for your $20.
How do we get the cans?
We don't. You do. Put them in the garbage. Is Marley home? 15. That brother looked every bit of 32. That man is old. He looked like second-term Barack Obama.
Marlon, can I come in?
What's the password?
I am not in the mood for this.
What is the one thing in this world the kids and I cannot live without?
Me?
You may enter.
Your daughter said some things in the cafeteria this afternoon.
What did she say?
Oh, hell no. You don't know me. My mama don't know me. And there were a lot more hell no's.
Marlon on NBC.
Miss a moment of Marlon? Catch up on the first season from the beginning on Hulu or NBC.com.
Yeah, put G and get some
money.
Syndicated and award-winning syndicated. This is the VTRS. Special shout out to Marlon Wayans for the insightful interview. Marlon Wayans, star of this new show, Marlon, on NBC. Second season has been renewed. It returns in 2018, but you right now can watch the first season in full on Hulu and on demand on NBC.com.
It's a pretty solid show.
I was given a script. Fire Stick was not in the script. But you can also watch on Fire Stick.
Yes, you can actually download the Hulu app on the Fire Stick and watch it on.
I'm sorry for saying the line that the publicist gave me to use. Sorry.
Well, I use my Fire Stick to watch a lot of.
I have Hulu.
I have Hulu
on my Fire
Netflix
Stick.
is on there.
Right.
There's something else. Sling TV.
And I watch the Marlon show
Crackle.
on my Hulu app on my Fire Stick.
That was a great question we're having behind the scenes here. Real quick. Like, how is your number of partners you slept with, is it important as far as keeping it low? I want to know. Hashtag VTRS online. I want to read some of the responses.
Please send it all to Vincent.
For me,
Please don't tag me in
For
any
me,
of
I
this.
care.
We should record that and actually put it on the Instagram so that way.
You talking about us personally?
Yes.
I don't.
Like
individual responses.
One of us asked the question.
Oh, okay. I see.
Post it on social media so
I got
people
you.
can answer.
No, you know who should ask that question? Our social media person.
Sharon.
I don't think I'm fit to ask that question.
Talk about numbers.
Right.
You're not talking about your own number.
I know, but still, I don't know. I feel like
you were supposed to be the face
I
of
feel
our...
like. I mean, I can, but I feel like Yellostar could, engage more in this conversation.
No. This is
Because if somebody's like, I don't care about my number, then I'm gonna be like,
if I
oh.
could steal a comment that Keena's made about me. This is me pimping your looks, Charity. This is
Well, you
your
just
job.
told me I look like a 10-year-old, so I'm not really sure.
When did I say that?
Oh, that was Yellow.
Thank you.
Yellow said.
That's not true.
You said,
Celeste-
why does Celeste look older than you?
Celeste is not 10.
How old is Celeste?
How old is Celeste?
Should be 16, right?
Right.
So I look 15.
So, yeah, you're around 15.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not a 10-year-old.
So if y'all are into, like, pedophilish looks, apparently.
Pedophilish.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's another word she's been corrected. Where's that the source?
I don't know anything about anything like
No, that's how it been dictionary.
I don't know.
Anyways, yeah, I'll post that. I'm gonna ask that question.
Hey, researchers say that the more sex you have, the more you want it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when
That's common sense. I don't know why you had needed research.
When I have sex, it's great. Like, I enjoy that. So I would definitely want to do that more.
It was an Uber fact.
It's kind of like drugs, you know?
Because you have it.
A lot of people have told me.
A lot of people have told me.
If you have drugs, you want more drugs?
Right. You want that high again. It's like the same thing. In theory.
So I don't understand, like, celibate people. Like, if you like sex, how can you, like, not go without it?
Myskenna?
You pray?
Fast. Seriously.
That is how you do it. You're right.
A lot of prayer and cold showers.
That whole hot, cold shower, that doesn't do
anything for me.
Yeah, nothing.
And you date people you're not
saying that
attracted to.
Are you serious?
That's one way to do it. She's dropping insights.
So why are you dating them?
Because you don't want to have sex.
Hey, by the way, this is the 10-year anniversary of Keena curving me when I tried to go on a date with her.
What do you mean?
What?
What do you mean?
Well, you say this every time I bring this.
Because she wants the listeners to understand.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we played the throwback clip a couple times. We're definitely our 10-year anniversary. We have to play it.
Well, our
10-year anniversary. I'm trying to understand. What do you mean? Like,
Our
we actually have an anniversary?
You and Vincent? Yeah.
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 I think we all have an anniversary with Vincent.
No,
Mine is when we kissed in the parking lot. What date was that?
Why do you keep this going?
True.
Because I want to hold something special for us, you know? If you and Keena got an anniversary, it's only right that the other woman on the show does.
Let's be clear. Only the
Then you
women
could get
in this
that.
room have an anniversary with Vincent.
This is I can't. I can't.
Do you know?
You can and you will.
Was that off air? I admitted I fell for charity. That was off air, right?
It was off air.
Yeah.
But you just did it on air.
Sorry. It was for one day, for 24 hours.
Then hashtag Tara Alicia happened.
Ooh, okay. Hey, shout outs and comments.
Oh, wait. When did we start telling half of the story on this show? Did we start doing that?
What's going on? I'm just...
Shout outs to comments, Myskenna.
Happy 10-year anniversary, Vincent.
Damn dramatic.
I'm sorry that I Don't like to go to the movies because I fall asleep. But you know what?
I do too, Keena.
Who knew that would create such a special moment between us? Happy anniversary.
Yes,
I love you.
Yes, thank you.
Shout out to Celeste and Deja. We were so close to having a true Uncle Daddy. The Uncle Daddy situation was so close 10 years ago.
But with the VTRS, I want to. We got to look into that one day. Would the VTRS still be here?
Somebody wouldn't have been here.
We would have just had a different co-host.
Right.
That may be true.
That opened the door for Charity
different.
to now have a special moment for him. So when y'all make it to your 10 years, then of your kiss,
That kiss
then
in the parking lot.
First of all, this kiss did not happen.
Thank
Let's
you.
just put
I'm
that.
so
This kiss
Hey.
never happened.
It was the hug that
It
happened.
was a hug happened.
Yeah.
It's too late to take it back. You've already thrown it out there. You said it happened.
Kind of had a date that was listening. So glad you cleared that up.
Right.
Thank you.
I needed to clear that up.
Thank you. Golly.
Take it back.
I'll be clipping my personal life.
No one cares about the truth when the lie is more.
The lie is better.
Especially when Charity contributes to keeping the lie going.
Uh-oh.
Keep the lie alive.
Yellowstar.
So there's
Shout out
a
to-
possibility that she probably can't. Okay, shut up. Go ahead, Yellowstar. I got the look.
No, you good. You good. I'm not doing anything
I
right now.
hate.
I got the look.
I should never admit it to that. You know what? Fine. I'm not admitting to nothing else.
Vincent, it's
This is
okay.
the last time you hear about my 24-hour crush on Charity. This will never.
You know,
never
the
be
one
said.
thing that I can say about this 10-year anniversary, you must have thought about it last night because you're not ashy.
I hate
Wow.
you. I hate you and Charity. I hate
You
both
saying
of y'all.
he
You're
pulled,
not ashy
he pulled
today.
out the lotion?
But he's not ashy because he has a date. That's what it is.
Thank you.
No, he pre-gamed. He thought about this 10-year anniversary.
When you said pre,
Really?
I went.
Really?
Now his hands is going to be nice and soft for his date.
Right? So they can hold
Compliments.
hands and...
I'm just saying, these are the things that I bring to the
Please
table.
picture
I
me
help.
throwing my middle finger up at Kina right now.
Sure.
This is like, that's it for the cast and crew. The Vincent Tucker Radio
Right?
Show. See y'all on the other side.
Bye. Every episode of the award-winning Vincent Tucker Radio Show is produced by Aaron Channel. Executively produced by Aaron Channel, Arkena Dansberg, Cornelius Johnson, and Vincent Heartbreak Tucker. Launched in December 2007, the VTRS is a CWC Entertainment Group LLC production.